Welcome to Zenvesting, the Zen home of personal finance. Okay, so what is this channel about? Why is this worth your time more than the hundreds of YouTubers out there also offering the same kind of content? Well, I've recently re-entered the world of personal finance and it's been fascinating. I actually had an interest about 20 years ago. Well, I say an interest. I bought a really good book, read the book cover to cover, and then the last chapter, it essentially said, this is all great, but if you haven't really started by now, then don't bother. Put the book down, got depressed, left the whole thing alone for 20 years. But recently, I took an interest again, and I've been looking at YouTube, and YouTube's been fantastic. There is a wealth of information out there. I've learned about ETFs, index funds, investment trusts, value versus growth stocks, ISAs, SIPs, dividend investing, and of course crypto. There's an awful lot about crypto out there. But there's also a sense of urgency to YouTube, a sense of mild hysteria, almost panic. I appreciate this is how YouTube works. I appreciate that you need the shock tactics and their expressions on thumbnails in order to actually get attention. And since I foolishly revealed to Google my new interest in personal finance, my inbox, newsfeed, YouTube page are all filled with people who just want to make me rich. These three stocks are the next big thing. The dividend ETFs you must have in your portfolio. Be a millionaire with only $100 a month. If you don't get into crypto, you'll miss the boat. If you don't immediately get 1,000 Dogecoin, you will literally be homeless in a month. Everyone but everyone is making more money than you. There are smart 25-year-olds who will retire at 30. The next crash is coming. The next boom is coming. You are getting left behind. The FIRE movement, for example, financial independence, retire early, is full of this stuff. It's full of people who've basically been living in sheds for 10 years and are living off pot noodles and gravel, who are now able to retire at 30 and live a life of luxury. However, when you cut through all the hype, there is actually a nugget of truth in there. Investing is powerful. And whilst it won't necessarily make you rich, it could make you comfortable. However, in my research and in my ponderings, whilst I meditate about finance, I've come to realise there are two opposing forces here. Now, the first one is the genuine power of compound interest, and we'll cover this in another video, but suffice to say, it's the way that money can make more money, and how that can accelerate over a 5, 10, 20-year period to really create some substantial sums from relatively small amounts. But there's also the reality that life is short. We're not in training for the game. This is the game. If we are spending all of our time focused on charts, focused on money, focused on acquiring wealth, we're not living in the now. We're not present. And that's a really important thing to bear in mind, because it's not a rehearsal. There's no point dying with $1 million in the bank, genuinely. So what can you expect from this channel? Why is it worth your time? Well, I'm just starting out, so the professional editing, the CGI, the cameo celebrity appearances, they will come later. But seriously though, bear with me. I'm literally just starting out on this. It's the first time I've done anything like this. It's just me, my cheap mic from Amazon and my Android Node phone. The editing will be a little bit ropey, the lighting a bit hit and miss, and I promise not to put in too many weird effects. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you all soon.